At Chief Fabrication, we're not just building parts, we're building careers. In this video, you'll discover why the most talented fabricators call us home.
With fabrication, sometimes I think it's a little bit about the unsung hero or behind the scenes, because we see carriers' trucks go down the road. We see construction projects going up. We have to see grain bins in buildings, but we don't always see the parts that fabrication makes. So talk to me a little bit, Dan, about what are some of the things you guys do in your plant? What do you manufacture there?
So our business is contract manufacturing. So we don't really have a product that is our own. So we build products for customers. A lot of our customers are in the ag industry, and they'll see them on different combines, different sprayers, seeders, but we also are in parcel. We make man baskets. So it's, if the customer has a need for outside fabrication, that's where our products come in, and that's the service that we provide. So it's more of a service industry versus a product that we have.
And you guys are really starting from raw material. It's not that a product coming in and you're painting it or something or powder coating. It's raw material, and it really goes through the entire process, correct?
Correct. So we'll buy raw material, steel, aluminum, stainless steel, plate, tube, bar, and then we from start to finish, so we can take the raw part, paint it, and then have a finished part that it can go to the customer and they can assemble it.
And a lot of times with these parts too, it's not just they tell you what you're making or how to make it. You also have people who are designing these parts kind of in the office behind the computer before it goes out to the manufacturing plant.
So we'll take the customer's drawings and we'll make them manufacturable for our people. So, and then we do some one-off custom stuff, and that's mostly internal. But we really don't design anything. We don't have any design engineers. That is the responsibility of the customer.
So we talked a lot about the different people that are in your plant doing multiple jobs. And I know, Nicole, you work a lot with these different individuals to just get them to fabrication, train them. Tell me how the process starts. Who are you looking for? What type of positions do you even have there?
Well, we have all types of positions, and what Chief is really good about is growing within the company. So we like to have a lot of contact with the local high schools and the colleges, and we start apprenticeship programs. So we get them in high school in their junior year, we get them through their senior year, hopefully they graduate, and then they go to CCC, stay on, and then they come to us full time.
And I'm pretty sure with the different schools, you guys have such a strong relationship with those schools and the individuals that you're looking for that are going through some of these career pathways, even in Grand Island and the surrounding community colleges and the surrounding schools. How did you guys even get into that in the first place of the apprenticeship program?
Well, the nice thing is we're directly across the street from Career Pathways, which goes through Senior High, Grand Island Senior High. So it's probably been 5 or 6 years. Chief Fabrication was the first division to go live with the apprenticeship. So we just from there have progressively grown. We started with 1, then, the next year we went to 2. Maybe, I think the most that we've taken on is 3. So we're just, every year we just like to continue that growth and at least have 1 apprentice every single year.
And how does that program work when they actually get into fabrication? Because it's very hands-on. It's very much working with a mentor, hands-on. What does that look like for these individuals?
Yeah, so they are a full-time employee during the summer. They do part-time during the school year. They have a mentor that guides them through, the day-to-day, picks up on their skills that they're best at doing. We also have things that we have to check off our list for the apprenticeship program, so they'll go through that. But they actually are doing everything that a normal full-time chief employee would do.
And is this for all positions on the plant floor and engineers, or who are these apprenticeship positions really specified for?
Specifically for us, for Chief Fabrication, we are looking at welders, at machine operators. We haven't had any engineer, programmer type people, but they do since we are directly across the street from the welding and the machine operating, the CNC side of it, that's where we're pulling our apprentices from.
And what about those individuals in those roles that maybe have 20 years of experience? Are they coming in at the same level? Are you looking at different levels and skills that they're coming in with for those who are more experienced?
No, we'll start with any skill level. If you have, the ability to want to learn, we will work with you. Like I said earlier, Chief is really good at growing within. So if you have the basic skills, the drive to want to work, we'll take you and we'll lead you to where you want to go.
So Dan, with some of these different areas that within the manufacturing plant, you talked about, you have the powder coat and the welders. Can you talk a little bit more about what are some of the different positions just on the plant floor that you guys have?
So from our front end, we have our laser machines. So we have 2 lasers, a tube laser, and then we have punch machines. So those are all operators. And then it moves back into machining centers, and then we have 2 bending cell. Then from there, it goes into the welding. As Nicole said, if you have the drive, so we have a family that works for us, and father, 3 sons, 2 daughters, and the 2 daughters started as laborers, but they were interested in welding. So just through on-the-job training, they're now both welding. So everybody in that family is a welder now. So you don't have to come in with a skill set, you just have to come in with a drive to want to learn. From there, then we go to powder coat, and we have our shipping. We have 2 different sets of shipping. We ship parts locally, and then we have a department that ships them off-site through trucks.
And it also sounds like people also have to have a desire to want to be hands-on. They're moving, they're constantly doing things. It's not like they're, for the plant floor, they're not sitting behind a desk.
No, this is definitely, you have to want to build things, and that's the good thing about our business is the majority of people that come asking a job, they don't want to sit behind a desk, and then we have some of those jobs, but it is people want to see what they can do with their hands, and it's good for them to see the entire process from start to finish.
I think what's also good is that we have so many different parts that every day is not the same. You could be working on something 1 hour and then it might change the next hour. So it's not going to be that repetitive, that same job every single day, day in, day out. It's going to change. It could change within the hour, within 30 minutes. So it's not a boring job. It's always something different.
And some of those machines, they're using different thickness of metal, so that's changing so they might be making a similar type of process, but the metal itself is different, and right. So that's also very hands-on. You really have to know what you're making when they're going through the whole process to make sure it's the right part for the right company.
Yeah, it's one other thing that, so in addition to just the different materials, you've also got different skill sets from a welding standpoint. So MIG welding versus TIG welding, which is a little bit unique in our industry. So we're also looking for the TIG welding, so the aluminum, the stainless steel welder that can bring value to our business that we can take to the market to separate ourselves from our competitors.
And we've touched a lot on the hands-on roles and on the plant floor, but there's also a lot of individuals who might not be on the plant floor, but they have a significant role in how these pieces are produced. Can you talk a little bit about your engineering, your accountants? Like, what are some of the other roles that you have within fabrication as well?
So we do. So we have our engineering department. So they are the people that are programming all of the different parts. We have our tool and die makers, our tool and die purchasers. We have our production schedulers who schedule all of the work that go through our shop. We have our accounting department that obviously does all of the invoicing. And then we have the HR and safety side of it as well.
You brought up such a great point, the safety side of things. With these equipment, I know you have a lot of new equipment, there's heavy equipment, there's lots of moving parts. That safety is such a key component. Can you talk a little bit about what you guys do for safety?
Safety is our number one priority. We go by SQP, which is Safety Quality Production. So with all of our equipment, it'll come in with the basic guarding, but we always take it one step farther. We'll make sure that our employees are protected, that they have all of the right safety equipment that they need to work on whatever piece of equipment it is very safely.